We wanted a facility that not only would we be proud of, but clients would be very impressed when they walked in. We knew Pyramix was going to be the heart of the studio and the core, and the System 5 MC was really just the perfect complement to give us a working solution. The System 5 MC for us really was the perfect choice. We knew that the reputation of the System 5 was fantastic. It's out there, it's being used by a lot of the high-end guys already, and that's really the market we wanted to hit with our studio, so it was, you know, a perfect choice. The Pyramix system that we run here contains 3 Mecuinos processing cards, which means they process share across the 3. The input-output on the Pyramix is looked after by Maddie. This enables us to get 64 channels of audio in and out down one coax cable, which is then very easy to break out into the outside world via AES or analog or any other way we need to connect to reverbs and the other outboard kit. The System 5 MC is really made up of 2 components. We've got the MC controller behind me and the System 5 channel strips to my right. It's so much easier for the way we work for me to have all the faders together. It's not really that convenient to have the controller in the middle. If there's any editing work or treatment to be done on the tracks themselves, I can just turn away and edit. It's really flexible actually, because you can basically configure it however you want. We have it set out in this mode at the moment for the big mixing jobs. Okay, so what we've got in front of us is the MC controller and the 2-screen system, which belongs to the Pyramix system. The 2 effectively working in conjunction with one another. On the right-hand screen of the Pyramix, we've got the mixer window. Basically, the normal functions that you would expect to see in a mixer strip. In this section, we've got the plugins that have been allocated to a channel. Strip Tools is the Pyramix packaged EQ and Dynamics combination, and the one that the System 5 MC uses for its standard EQ and Dynamics functions. These 8 knobs here really are the control functions for whatever's selected on this selector panel here. This is currently selected to EQ. So these 8 give us 4 banks of EQ into 2 pairs of knobs, and then underneath is a 5th bank, which I've currently got set up as a low cut filter. We've got frequency and gain, and then the second function on each button gives us Q control and the type. So currently that's bell, and I can adjust that to be a high shelf or low shelf. Each band can be individually switched in and out with an on-off button. That's related to the band, and then the whole EQ can be switched in and out with the touch of the global EQ button. It's the same with the Dynamics really. We select Dynamics, we can globally put the Dynamics in, and then any element of the Dynamics, the compressor or the gate, can be individually switched. In normal mode, the compressor appears on the top layer, and if I touch the selector, it brings the gate up to the top layer and the expander. The EQ is great. Obviously it's using the Pyramix Strip Tools EQ, which is very transparent, very easy to hear the changes that you make. Very subtle EQ. Some people think it's restrictive not to have all the functions laid out in front of you on the strip, but it's so easy to select the function that you want, and actually you end up moving less far because you don't have to reach a long way away. Everything's really in arm's reach. You can toggle your banks up and down the console, so you really don't even need to roll your chair around. So really it's a very simple mixer to understand and use. As I mentioned, this is a template that's been built for this project, but you can really design a mixer to your own requirements for your own sessions and then store that as a future mixer template. I find mixing on this surface very intuitive. It works exactly like you would expect a console to work. It's no problem. A lot of people expect it to be limiting, not having all your functions available to you at the same time, but it really is obvious, to be quite honest, and very quick to make changes. The screen holds quite a lot of information really. We can see input monitoring, and then for any given channel we can see when we're in EQ mode it shows us the curve of the EQ. We switch to the Dynamics, we get the pan function, so we can see this is pan to center at the moment, and then we get the dynamic settings. This little star key here shows us what plugins we've got allocated to any channel. If I tap that, a list of the plugins comes up. Now here we can just see we've got 1 compressor. So if I now come and tap the top of the key that it relates to, again I get all the functionality of that plugin on the 8 knobs, just like any of the other compressors. And as you can see, the plugin's replicated on the screen as I make the functions. Likewise with the aux, we tap the aux button and we get the auxes up. Auxes 1 and 2 as we previously saw on the Pyramix screen. Again, we can independently bring them in and out of circuit. The fader action is absolutely lovely, and to have this input metering here right in front of your eyes is brilliant. It's really important in live music mixing to be able to see that things are coming in at a sensible level. It is very quick and simple to mix on this surface. Everything's intuitive, everything's very obvious. New users to it will get used to it very quickly and understand the concept. If you were to compare doing an automated mix on this compared to trying to do it off a mouse and a keyboard with a workstation, there's no comparison really. It's just not possible to do an automated mix with a mouse. You need to have your fingers on the faders. It's taken our operation of Pyramix really into another level. It's so much easier to get at the functionality and the controls and the usable facilities within Pyramix instantly from controls on the surface. So you can see we've got a very powerful system. We love it. The clients have gone away really very happy. We've done some great mixes. The BBC now are using it very regularly, and really it's gone beyond what we expected when we came up with the original concept. And for me, it's realised a dream. We can now take the projects all the way through from the recording stage through the whole process right through to post-production.